Richard, and this is 2/3 of the Stowaways, and we are reviewing the Naruto, the World Within the Swirl special one-shot, or the Minato one-shot.
Or the Trojan Horse Kushina one-shot.
Truly. She gets the whole shebang, a whole backstory. She gets, she's sealed in the tower. She gets a lot. And while Minato is the savior, he does save her. This is all about Kushina.
Yes. This is, as I've seen some people joke online, Kushina's shoujo one-shot.
Mm-hmm. She's the caged bird, set free. Finds her knight in shining armor. Nothing wrong with it.
No, it works.
It works. So this is a very interesting one-shot. We learn quite a bit about the village. We learn about the Rasengan.
Rasengan's origins.
Yes.
Which we knew a little bit about, but now we've fully got the Rasengan's origins in this.
Yes. I feel like if I had a degree in Japanese, this would be very obvious.
Yeah, but some of this probably works a lot better in Japanese, and once it's translated into English, it's a little bit rougher. It still works.
Mm-hmm,
still works if you have a big enough vocabulary.
But yes. Let's just quick go through the story, I guess, and then we'll get through the main points. Just starts off with Minato seeing Bijus for the first time, and Team Jiraiya escaping.
Yeah, I think they were Team 6, but it was Team Jiraiya. They were fighting the two Jinchuriki from the Stone Village.
Yes.
Son Goku and the other one whose name I already forgot, despite just looking this up.
Yeah, it's
curse
fine.
My inability to hold detail.
It's fine. They're never gonna show up again.
Yeah. It was like the whatever one Han has. Koku. That's what it is. I remember. I got it.
Okay. You got it.
But yeah, and they have two Bijudamas, lined up on them, and they're about to hit them with them, and Minato, already proficient with the flying Raijin,
of course,
teleports the team away.
He's the GOAT, of course.
And these Bijudamas are the inspiration for the Rasengan.
Yes, indeed. As I said, it was his first time ever seeing them, which is very interesting. We then cut to them going back to the village, and we learn Kushina has guards. And, of course, she is the Jinchuriki, but she also can't leave a very, very, very amazingly beautifully detailed map of the city with a large spiral, the symbol of the Uzumaki clan.
Yes. This is in a bird's eye view panel where we are looking straight down onto the tops of trees and the tops of buildings. Phenomenal panel. A mind-boggling amount of rendering went into that panel, and it makes me cringe just thinking about how much rendering went into it.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work, but they put in the work for us, which is great.
Yeah, thank you, Kishi.
We learn about her seal, and she's basically a bird trapped in a cage, and then we learn that the Uzumaki clan is scattered. We already knew that.
Yeah,
but
we learned this in original Naruto a little bit.
But sorry,
a little scattered, but that's alright. It works. So Kushina wakes up from a nightmare.
There we go.
And it's just that's when we're introduced to the guards, and then we find out that she can't leave her seeming like her house apartment thing. It's like a big tower. Just cue up the jokes about the princess locked in the tower. She's sealed here with this barrier. She can't go too far, or the Nine-Tails influence starts coming over her.
There's a literal line on the ground, and she cannot pass it. They stop her while she's complaining about Minato not wanting to hang out with her, getting jealous.
Yeah, and they seemingly have scheduled time, where they're gonna meet up and just do seals.
Mm-hmm.
And Minato shows up for the scheduled meeting, only to tell her, "Sorry, I'm gonna go do something else." I just wanted to come tell you that in person.
Tell you in person, I can't be here today. Very cool.
I've got this new jutsu I'm working on. Very, very unrefined, very dangerous.
Mm-hmm. And then we cut to her escaping from the clan, and we learn a little bit about her grandmother.
Yeah, or not necessarily her like her grandmother figure. You know, Mito, the first Hokage's wife.
Yes, yes. And
find a love to fill your vessel with. Then, even if you make the sacrifice and become the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, you'll be able to be happy. Advice she gave a young Kushina before she became the Jinchuriki.
Yes.
It's like, pretty much, find a love in your life so you're not miserable.
Yes.
Find something to be happy about.
Very solid old person advice.
That sounds like some boomer-ass advice if I've ever heard it.
It's very old person advice, but it works. It works fine enough. She's trying. And then we see that
Kushina takes out her own guards and then kind of runs off out of the barrier.
Yep. Jiraiya and Minato are training. We get the whole swirl thing, a callback to when Naruto was training about the swirls on the head, which is fine. It's a nice callback. We learn that Minato has 2 swirls in opposite directions. Wow.
Yeah. So Jiraiya's advice is, spin your chakra in the direction your hair swirls in, and, Minato's like, well, what direction? And Jiraiya looks and it's like, damn, bro, you got 2. They go in different directions.
He's like, how should I need my chakra? I don't know.
Hey, Jiraiya, somehow goat sensei, but also a really bad sensei at the same time.
Truly, the dualities of man. But Minato, being the genius, somehow inspired by Ice Pops. Yes, because of course he is.
Jiraiya broke out the double bopsicle and he split it, and it's just like, wait a minute, that's right, split it equally. I should need chakra equally in both directions.
Like, that wasn't fairly obvious to me, but I assume that's a very hard thing to do.
Easier said than done.
It sounds very difficult for me, but he just does it. And Jiraiya's like, oh yeah, 2 whorls is a sign of a genius, of course. And Minato gets it on like the first try after figuring this out. And he names it, truly a goated name. Should have been named this in my opinion. What we got was quite a letdown. But Ice Pop inspired Nimbus Jiraiya Twin Whorl Spear.
That's stupid long.
Truly. What could have been?
What could have been? Truthfully, what could have been?
Then Kushina pops up.
After Jiraiya leaves.
Yep.
Because of course it happens after Jiraiya leaves.
Exactly after. Like right directly after. And she apologizes, and he basically tells her that he's developing this jutsu to help her fight other Jinchuriki. And it's basically, in this panel, it basically explains that this is tailor-made for a Jinchuriki to use. And basically perfect for Naruto.
Yeah. Hold it right there. For battles against Biju and Jinchuriki, and works in concert with your own Jinchuriki chakra volume.
So very perfectly designed to be used for the context it is used in Naruto. But really just because he wants to protect Kushina, which is very sweet. We get a lot of like really sweet lines over and over of just Minato confirming how much he loves Kushina, which is nice.
Yeah, the ultimate Rizzler.
Yes, truly.
Got her mad Rizzo.
Truly. And then instantly, right as he says, I don't want to lose you, she just instantly goes full Nine Tails. I love going back to the old Nine Tails is bad.
Yeah, angry Kurama.
Yep, angry Kurama.
Angry Kurama was best Kurama. I said it. I'm not sure that's a hot take, but I said it.
It's why Jujutsu Kaisen is great, because the fucking demon hates him.
Yes,
and everyone.
Sukuna on demon time.
Yeah. It's way better when the demon inside you actually is a demon. But, it is how it goes. So we go back to that. She starts transforming. The old transformation. I love, like, the swirls and the dark and the light chakra. Very cool. Always cool. Minato gets tail whipped, and again, Kurama's on his trust issues. Which is cool. He's basically about to kill Kushina, which is very interesting. And Minato continues to be a genius and does the perfect sealing jutsu, the he's augmenting the tetragram seal in his own style, a most powerful shinobi ranking alongside first Hokage Hashirama. Of course, Kurama hyping up this man.
Yeah, hyping up a dude that didn't need more hyping up.
Yeah, because
I can already hear it now. The power scale is going to be going crazy with this right now.
Kishimoto will never... he doesn't... We don't get a lot of Minato. And everything we do is basically, he was the GOAT!
It's like, he's great!
The GOAT!
He's the greatest man that's ever lived.
And, yes.
Yeah, so he's trying to, keep the seal intact, trying to, fight the Nine Tails back by sealing it tighter. And he explains why he's so, interested in, Kushina, because, Kurama's like, why bother with her? Why? And it's just I like strong people. I like strong people, and people stronger than me. Implying that he considers Kushina much stronger than he is.
Of course, she's got the Sakura punch, and...
Yes.
That's why I love Kushina. See, another sweet line. The Rizzler continues. The Riz... And, I won't let you have her. We then get the flashback about what I was saying earlier. The Uzumaki clan is scattered, and why it's scattered, because they were, proficient with life force and sealing jutsu from attuning themselves to swirling air currents. They were basically used as fodder for the war, and
basically
became almost extinct. Which is what you said before.
Yeah, how Nagato ended up in the Rain Village.
They are completely scattered across the world, which always bothered me. The strongest clan,
or one of, and they're just scattered, the handful throughout the world.
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of Uchiha, but no Senju left, or Uchiha. But anyways, we learn about the crest. And it strengthens the sealing strength of Jinchuriki. And Kushina becomes the Nine Tails. And
Jinchuriki.
We learn about the origin of the Rasengan, which we'll cover in a little bit.
Yep. Most of this is being explained in a flashback with Kushina and Mito, the first Hokage's wife.
Yes.
The first Jinchuriki. And she's explaining, the spiral, a spiral is flat like the Uzumaki crest. It's flat, but a Rasen, a helix, is it's three-dimensional. It changes as you move within it. And it's just don't stay flat, keep going up, keep growing, keep changing your perspective. And this is kind of stuff she's trying to get make the point to Kushina about.
And so we get some pretty good action scenes from Kushina trying to seal the Nine Tails. And she's working on it, but, Nine Tails putting up a fight, as always. And there's some really good panels in this. I've always really loved when the Nine Tails, or the Jinchuriki go blood mode.
Oh, the blood red.
Yes, it's always so cool. And speaking of that,
I love how it looks even more in manga. I love how it's just so sketchy and it's nothing but ink sketches.
It's like a real demon. It looks really terrifying in that form. And the second they go to the most terrifying form of the Jinchuriki, Minato gets fucking donated.
Gets hit with that donut no jutsu. The arm right through the stomach.
It's happened twice, and
it ends up happening to him twice.
It's weird. Is that just this weak point? Should everyone just aim for that?
Just what? Once is a coincidence. Twice is just a. It's nah, this is a fact. This is your weakest at.
It isn't a lot, but it's strange that it happened twice.
Yeah.
But he won't acquiesce. He's even holding it in him and is just affirming how much he loves Kushina. And she gets her flashback, and somehow, some way, Minato just comes
He
into
gets
like
into
the
the
inner
seal.
world.
Yeah, he like enters the inner world, like into the seal or something.
Just with the I exist inside Kushina at all times. What a goat. He just inside his wife at all times. Very cool.
Hey yo, pause. Phrasing. And then we have a big clash between the Bijudama and the Rasengan.
Yes, it is. That is the
The best double page of this entire one shot.
yes. It is. It is a beautiful panel.
Yes.
It really brings me back to like how monstrous Kurama looks. Like, and then just Minato with his tiny little Rasengan.
Well, that's a pretty big Rasengan comparatively.
I know.
It's just small compared to the whole Bijudama.
Yes. It is a beautiful panel. This whole definitely read this thing yourself. You should definitely.
No. We aren't doing it enough justice. I will never let you have Kushina and they clash.
Yes.
And then we fade panels out, and then we show up to Minato in the hospital, looking so much like Naruto. It was a little freaky the first time.
Yes, he does look a lot like him.
That looks a lot like what's the scene? I want to say it's like after the pain fight. I want to say when he's all beat up. And they find out that Sasuke's joined the Akatsuki.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks a lot like that.
Yeah. I cannot deny. They give more heartwarming scenes, and they start trying to figure out the name or he starts explaining why he made the jutsu, and then he gives us the great name again, the Ice Pop inspired Nimbus Jiraiya Twins whorl Sword. What could have been?
That's awful.
I'll say it again.
And way too long.
And they think over what the name should be.
Yeah. Since Minato has designed this, made this whole jutsu for Kushina specifically, she asks if she can name it.
And she brings him up to the spiral staircase.
Yeah, where Mito had her whole metaphoric conversation about how a Felix is it's three-dimensional, you keep growing, this, that, whatever, and they reach the top and they look out to
the most beautiful double page spread of this whole thing. It even tops the great one with Kurama and him earlier. It's just very nostalgic for Naruto fans. It's just all the three Hokages, the first Hokage, the second Hokage, the third Hokage, and then Minato, just his face perfectly lining up.
Yeah, so it's just like the Hokage monument is in the background, like the stone faces, and Minato's in on the foreground, or the front, whatever that's technically called, and he just happens to be lined up fourth from the left, going 1, 2, 3, 4, and his face where
perfectly
lines up where it inevitably ends up.
As he names,
as Kushina
names the Rasengan, and he says, "Yeah, I like it."
Yep.
And that's how it ends.
Phenomenal.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice and warm. You know.
I'd give it a solid
feeling.
8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10.
I'd say 8.
Yeah, 8.5.
Very good. Very good. Definitely read it. Check it out. It's free. You can find it on the Shonen Jump app.
Yep. 56 pages?
Mm-hmm.
So 54, something like that. 54, 56. Not particularly too long. It was a really fast read. There's no paragraphs of dialogue, which is nice.
Yep. Very good paneling.
But yeah, you got any final thoughts?
No. It was nice to see more of these characters that I've wanted to know more about for such a long time.
Yep. Same here. Kishimoto. It's a great seeing Kishimoto's art again.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Very
Especially
true.
like, I know you don't keep up with Boruto, but I do, and it's just like, I don't think Ikimoto's art is terrible, but it's not Kishimoto. It's not, and it's nice seeing it again.
That's great to hear.
Not to mention, this writing is much better than what we've been getting in Boruto. But that's for a different thing.
Ooh, the Boruto fans are gonna be mad.
That's for a different time.
All right. So, I'm Richard.
I'm Oscar, and we've been the Stowaways. Thank you for listening. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Base.
You sitting up here and telling me?